Sunny and warm once again in the desert, Coachella Valley in Rancho Mirage, California. The 50th edition of the A&A Inspiration here at Mission Hills Country Club. Final round with the final pairing. Patty Tavatanakit, 54-hole leader, tying the record for the first 54 holes of this event. Can she extend her lead, go on to win for the first time and win a major championship? Big question today, and starts with that sizable lead, although there are good numbers out here today. Look at Danielle Kang, 65, getting it to 8 under. So Ellie Ewing in that final pairing along with Patty Tavatanakit, looking to win for the second time. Lydia Ko off to a great start. She's 3 under. Inbee Park is 2 under par. Terry Gannon and Judy Rankin with you. So it is possible for someone to post a low number early, Judy, and maybe apply some pressure.
Yeah, it is very possible. Conditions are perfect.
And that final pairing underway. Allie Ewing, the 28-year-old from Mississippi State, starting the day at 9 under from just outside of 100 yards.
Yeah, 101 yards and a front hole location. It is a pretty good slope there at the first from the back to the front, so you can settle the ball down very quickly.
And you saw that flag not even moving right now. Tavatanakit from 95 yards, right rough. Pretty good lie, though.
Yeah, decent lie in the rough. But that little run out is all because of the rough.
And she was able to spin it a number of times yesterday out of the rough. Had that release, but starting to come back a little bit. So 14 under, that's the lead. Excellent golf from Tavatanakit, trying to close the deal in the desert today.
Say just under 100 yard difference.
Okay.
I mean, it's 90.
Very still right now. The excitement and pressure will pick up throughout the afternoon here. The final round underway of this 50th edition of the A&A Inspiration. Sunny and warm here in the desert once again, reaching the century mark. Mercury up high today, and we'll see if any pressure is felt by Patty Tavatanakit. This for birdie at the first. She has played like she has not been under pressure at all. Terry Gannon, Judy Rankin with you, leaves that one well short.
Yeah, not a great first putt. You're always trying to get a sense of the greens on the first couple of holes, but that leaves a little toughy.
One of the chasers and playing well early. Inbee Park's got it to 9 under. Has come storming out of the gate. So Inbee Park, past champ, birdie, birdie, birdie to 10 under, and now in second place all by herself. Allie Ewing playing in that final pairing with Tavatanakit. This for birdie.
It'll just slide to the right.
So the 28-year-old from Mississippi looking to win for the second time, but looking to win her first major championship. Tied for 33rd last week at the Kia Classic. 66 yesterday, one of the best rounds out there. And some of the highlights already. How about what Danielle Kang has done? Gives you an idea of what's possible today. 7 under at this point. This her third at the par 5 18th. Yep, and eventually a 65 today for Danielle Kang.
Yeah, beautiful round, beautiful shot there at 18. We have the traditional 18-hole location.
And an island green now. Lydia Ko getting things started in fine fashion. This is the approach at the first. Past champ, won it back in 2016. To about 6 feet, and would make that to get it to 7 under par. And then the par 5 is next, and had this for eagle.
Yeah, she has to hit 2 right on the nose, I would think, to get there in 2, but beautiful 3 at the second.
Notice served, maybe sending a message.
Exactly.
3 under after 2. And we just saw Inbee Park, and this is how she started at 1. Front edge. Pure. Putter really went quiet late in the day yesterday, but it is red hot to start. And if you're Patty Tavatanakit, you look up at that leaderboard and you see the names Inbee Park and Lydia Ko right behind you, might have an effect.
Maybe right in the beginning you don't look at that leaderboard.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe that's a good idea. So 14 under that record tied of Pernilla Lindbergh for 54 holes, and the overall record 72 holes. Dottie Pepper 19 under. Got a lot of people thinking about that, but she does not want to get ahead of herself yet. So Judy and I in the booth, the 1976 champ, and Tom Abbott, Jerry, Karen, Jim on the golf course, and Amy Rogers to talk to some of the players as we go out to the second for Tavatanakit.
192 front, Terry, 217 hole. Not a breath of wind. That's a 4-iron. That was struck really nicely at the heart of the green.
This one doesn't hang on.
Yeah, it's in a good spot though, but that's the longest club that we have seen her hit into 2 this week.
She has been the longest off the tee by far with that driver. 21-year-old from Thailand and a rookie, trying to become the first rookie since 1984, and Julie Inkster to win this event. Up to the 4th, and Lydia Ko, chance for birdie. They're really making some noise already today.
She's always had a beautiful putting stroke. I think one of those that keeps the putter quite low. Certainly anywhere near the golf ball, back and through.
Made another one. On fire to start the day.
It's a big billboard notice now.
I mean, it is not just serving notice, it is screaming, I'm right here, right behind. Final round underway in the 50th edition of the event that helped make all of this possible. Yesterday, later on in the afternoon, but how about how things have changed already? And Penny Tavatanakit, yes, the leader by 4, but now big names right behind. This her 3rd at the 2nd.
Downhill lie, downhill to the hole.
Get in.
Okay.
But she answers, which she has all week.
She's tied with her start from yesterday, 2 under through 2.
Oh, man.
Second eagle of the week.
Well, it was Miriam Lee who was chipping in all over the golf course last year in 2020 to win this, and just had that from the 21-year-old from Thailand.
Boy, it's a concentrated congratulations to herself.
Determined.
Yes.
Congratulations. Ellie Ewing trying to keep pace a bit, at least, make a birdie and get it to 10 under.
Yeah, excellent lag putt from right on the front edge, 75 feet away, leaving herself 5.5, 6 feet here. Had that good look on one that you guys saw, missed it low.
Well done. One win on her resume. This is a major championship, though.
Always hits the ball pretty well. It's how does the putter go?
66 yesterday to the tee at 5.
Lydia Ko on the tee and Karen Stupples watching.
And this is a 6-iron, Tom. It's starting a little left, but it looks to be trying to fade towards the hole.
It's the hardest hole on the course today. Players haven't been able to get it close. And that one's a good effort from Lydia Ko. The flag just tucked over on the right. Tough to get the ball to stay close to the hole location today. And we'll go over to number 3. This is always a tough hole, but playing a little easier today. The hole, the tee moved forward.
Shanshan, though, still up on top of the hill, playing down to the green at 3. Beautiful shot.
Lovely approach. Shanshan was joking earlier in the week, saying she's getting shorter. But as long as you keep it in the fairway, it doesn't always matter. Let's go to 4.
In the fairway for second, Inbee Park, Jim Gallagher.
Yeah, that was 152. What a start with 3 birdies in the first 3 holes.
A longer try right here, but who knows?
It's makeable. So the trees are still at the moment. Temperature's up. And the lead is now 6 off of that chip-in eagle from Patty Tavatanakit, who's trying to win for the very first time.
Green's going that way, so it's got to be outside the hole. Yeah, I do too.
Okay.
Aim that way. Yeah, but we know it's not going to be fast, so even hers was slow. Okay.
Tavatanakit has just watched Ali Ewing hit one out of bounds left. Here's her tee shot.
That one's going to be plenty safe. Drawn to the left side of the fairway. Should maybe stay in the fairway.
Going to stay in the short grass and be at the top of the hill. Give her a nice view to the green, and looks like it's right on the flat. So it's going to be a reload for Ali Ewing, unfortunately.
Yeah, Ali actually hit first because Patty took a little comfort station break, and I don't think Patty even knows this is a third yet. Oh, that's turning left too, but that's going to stay in the heavy rough, I believe. If it gets across the path, then it's in trouble.
Byron Trinidad, spotter out there. He's still quick on his toes.
Yeah, and you saw the white stake there and how close they are. And once you get in the left rough, everything then is sloping towards the out of bound. I think that eagle, though, would have given Patty the honor.
Yeah,
she made
a quick stop on the way to the tee, but I mean that eagle would just settled her down. I mean that is could be a defining moment for the day for Patty Tavatanakit. Now Lydia Ko for birdie at 5.
Can't get much of a hotter start than Lydia's, to be honest, but has another opportunity to keep it going here. This one should move to the right, but it is back uphill.
It did move, Karen, quite a lot, much more than she thought. So isn't able to go 5 under through 5. But they are coming for Patty, but she has fended them off so far and has a bigger lead than when she started the day.
It's the amazing thing. I mean, here for the 4th time, trying to become the 4th, out to the tee at 5.
Inbee Park on the tee. And that one just turning away from the hole, and that's what makes it difficult. Now it charges towards the back of the green. Doesn't need to go too far there. Just gonna be okay. A little more pace, and it may have got down towards the penalty area. There is water back there.
Let's call it 42, 1 on.
Probably just some kind of a small shot.
Yeah, it's decent.
Just coming down like right in the middle of the bunkers.
Exactly.
You don't think this is going to be too much club?
No, if you're going with the 45, that's like 85 to 90%.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
That out of bounds, Jerry, just kind of looms down the left side, and as soon as you get it towards that path, you're in danger of knocking it out of the golf course.
Yeah,
and that's
and
exactly what happened.
It's not overseated left of the path either, so it's a dormant Bermuda, and it just runs. This is 7-iron, 151 front edge, which should be about the target.
Come out hot.
Yeah. Ooh, took a nice soft bounce, so too soft.
Very good shot.
Yeah.
Chance to save bogey. Keep the double off the card for Ali. Here is the tee shot at the 5th for Charlie Hull.
Yeah, also with a 6-iron. A little bit of breeze. Whole location of that back right. Dirtied 1 and 3. It's on a pretty good line here. Good looking shot.
Yeah, really good. Now if it can just sit down. Charlie has a chance for her 3rd birdie of the round, playing alongside Inbee Park. Do you think that's a good pairing for Charlie today?
I think so.
Might slow her down and calm her down.
Little difference in the swing speeds?
Just a little.
Now Patty.
Got a little uphill lie here, 141 to the hole. Pitching wedge. Not probably an all-out pitching wedge either.
Well, the swing was smooth as glass.
So was a shot.
Well, the masterclass continues. And a chance to go eagle birdie. You can hear a few applause out there because there are quite a few people outside the boundaries of the course, the residents and members, who are trying to catch a glimpse of the action. Brook Henderson for birdie at 9. She made a good start today. You can see eagle at 2, birdie at 3. Gave one back at 6, and then the birdie to end the front 9. But right now it is all Patty Tavatanakit, who enjoys a 6-shot lead at the ANA.
My name is Shigeru Hattori, Senior Vice President of ANA All Nippon Airways in the Americas. I would like to welcome you to the ANA Inspiration. The 2021 ANA Inspiration is extra special as it marks the 50th anniversary of this historic major championship. We hope that you enjoy the LPGA's best golfers while they play for the first major of the 2021 season. While we may not be able to welcome you in person, we hope that you can feel the excitement of history being made at the 50th ANA inspiration here on Golf Channel. Thank you for your continued support, and we hope you come away inspired from the play.
Certainly going to be inspired by watching Paddy Tavatanakit so far this week. This is for birdie at the third.
Yeah, where she's standing, there's more slope than at the hole, making it feel like it's got to go right a lot.
Good read there, Jerry. Just a 4 for Paddy, but I think she could par in and cruise to victory with her score right now. Another second for Inbee Park at the 5th.
Yeah, but uphill, back into the green, pretty straightforward chip shot. Oh, this looks really good.
Lovely touch.
Every par 3 on the golf course is longer today than yesterday, and it adds up to just under 100 yards of golf course.
Par 4 6, then the second for Lydia Ko.
There's just a small 9-iron in her hand. Good strike over that. Ball above her feet lie.
Got another chance, Judy.
Boy, beautiful golf she is playing.
Spot on to this point. 4 under on the round. She was 4 under through 4. That eagle back at the second. Birdie at 1, birdie at 4. So a chance to get it to 11 under and within 5 of Paddy Tavatanakit. Trying to go wire to wire. Think about the names that have done that here. Julie Inkster, Amy Alcott, Kari Webb, and she would add her name to that list. And it's so difficult in any golf tournament, let alone a major, to have the lead, to sleep on the lead every night.
No doubt. You try to block that out and say I had a good night's sleep, but you know the truth is, it's hard.
Good look at birdie for Charlie Hull.
This has to be one of the best shots you've seen all day. Goes a little to her right.
Yeah, she just didn't hit it, Jim.
Yeah. She should have known the speed watching Inbee's chip shot.
It's just going to be a 3 for Charlie, and she remains 7 back. Let's go to the tee at 4.
Driver for Tavatanakit.
Again, just ideal conditions out here, other than being a little warm, not a breath of wind.
Yeah, she'll send that way up the hill, won't she, Jerry?
You would think so. It's at the left side. Not launching it as high as she did yesterday.
Only averaging 326 off the tee through the week. See who's in the comfort zone, presented by Zenith. All that harmonious flow, every part of the game. Birdies, greens and regulation, driving distance by far. What'd she have? 348 yesterday on the holes that were measured.
It has been something beautiful to watch, and a lot of the women who play the game are really envious.
Comfort zone presented by Zenith. I mean, it's not just long. It is ridiculously long off the tee this week.
And she's a very good driver.
Yeah. Lydia Ko with this to get it to 11 under here at the 6th.
And every bit of this green wants to move towards the front, so you have to assume this is going to move a bit to the left. But from this short range, I really don't think it's any more than just on the edge, depending on speed.
I do think it's a putt that you can't hit real firmly. So, you know, maybe you give it another little bit.
She did, Judy.
Beautiful.
Could be one of those days for Lydia Ko. It already is. Just trying to keep it going. When you get in that zone, Judy, it's got to be a good feeling. Up to 10 in Brook Henderson and their sister, talking things over. Not a lot of breeze to this point. Yesterday, it certainly picked up in the afternoon.
What if I landed 115 into the hill? I mean, I think that's okay too. So like a 112 shot? Yeah, I would do 110 to 112. At the camera. If it's landing between 112 to 115, that's good. Okay, at the camera. Yeah, like maybe a little closer is fine, like the tire. 110. Yeah, good. Yep, perfect.
Hole is way back. It is just 9 feet from the left edge of the green. There is a rise in the green, and that's what they're talking about. Do you try to get it to jump up that hill? Do you throw it all the way up that hill? But it's a good angle from here. Nice shot.
Eagle, 2 birdies and a bogey so far for Brook Henderson, one of the more popular players out on the LPGA Tour. Coming off a birdie at 9, and that to get it to 8. Back to 6 in Inbee Park at the fairway.
Yeah, 172. This is a 6-iron ball, a little above her feet. It's a little tougher to hit that from left to right, and that's just staying towards the center of the green.
Exactly hole high, though, so she's got a decent opportunity.
Check in with Jin Young Ko. Has this for birdie at the 7th, playing alongside Mario Jutanagan. Both players 1 under for the day. Back on 7 under and tied for 10th. Jin Young, past champion of the ANA Inspiration. She didn't get to defend her title in September because she was still back home in Korea. Multiple winners of the ANA Inspiration. Great Amy Alcott, who started to jump into Poppy's Pond, Betsy King, 3-time winner, Annika Sonnenström, who was here earlier this week on charity skins game on Wednesday for her foundation. And Kari Webb, who owns one of the most memorable moments in the history of the championship. Let's go to 6.
Kendra Post won it back-to-back in the 70s before it was a major championship. Hall on the way.
That was a 9-iron from 146.
Judy, you said it earlier. She could swing twice before Inbee swings once.
Yeah, Charlie has the fastest golf swing, and Inbee quite slow.
Yeah. Of course, Setup, brought to you by the Golf Course Superintendents Association of America. Been playing it since 1972. Opened up back in 1970. Desmond Muirhead, the architect, and just under 6,000 square feet. The green, 62. Lorena Ochoa, that record back in 2006.
And we spoke to some of the organizers today, and Orlando Delgado is so responsible for the beautiful condition that this golf course is in this week. And I know the players want to say thank you, because to play on this green carpet is something.
Normally you see it by Sunday. The greens start to change color, and I mean, they're green. It is really immaculate this year. Out to the 4th, Tavatanakit.
Uphill side hill, I 105 to the hole in a sand wedge. Great angle.
Yeah, Jerry, I was thinking she was trying to get that ball on the left side of the fairway.
Not her best. So, not a gimme 2 putt from there. And the lead now is 5 over Lydia Ko, Inbee Park 6-back. Today's coverage is brought to you by ANA, Inspiration of Japan, by Volunteers of America, and by Skechers. Be comfortable with Skechers Go Golf Pivot footwear worn by Brook Henderson.
First 1 meter into green, then down green. On the
birdie try.
Right at 65 feet uphill, just consistently all the way to the hole, but it does run away past the hole, so you don't want to knock it by. That's pretty good touch right there.
Been impressive on the greens too, not just off the tee with the driver. Jumped to 6 Inbee Park for birdie.
And I'm surprised because what that putt does is not a big secret. Not a difficult putt to read, maybe a difficult putt to get started high enough.
Second at the 7th for Lydia Ko.
From 118, this is just a small wedge. This is on another good line, Tom. If the distance is right, it'll be good.
Just needs to creep up there, and she's got a lovely look at birdie to go 6 under through 7 holes. Trying to close the gap between herself and Patty Tavatanakit. Let's go to the 10th.
Saw that approach from Brook Henderson. This to get it to 8 under. And quite had the magic in the putter this week. Meanwhile, this at the 8th, Seyoung Kim. So she joins that group at 10 under par. And that's a name that will get your attention as well. Player of the Year in the LPGA Tour last year. Broke through with that major championship at the KPMG. To 9.
Check in with Nelly Corder, who's got this for an eagle. Has knocked it on the green in 2. It's not easy to get the ball close to the hole today in 2 because it's tucked over on the left. And that is a really good 3 from Nelly Corder. It gets her to 8 under. She's going to have to play the best golf of her life on the back 9 to get into the hunt. But when you've got that power, you never know. Go back to 4.
And a par putt now for Tavatanakit.
Perhaps just a touch outside 3 feet, not much movement, if any. She was so solid over everything. What, 6, 7 feet in yesterday? Hit the center of the hole every single time, absent one par putt on 13.
No problem.
No, confident stroke walking before it hit the hole.
Yep. And she was walking them in early yesterday, too.
Almost every young player that I see these days very aggressive with the short putts.
Some really good players from Thailand out here, but she would become the first from Thailand to win this event. Jin Young Ko just off the green at 8. See the scrambling numbers for the week. Did not play in this event last year after winning it the previous season. So this, with all the history, 50 years now.
Lydia Ko for a birdie. She's made that lead before.
She has. She definitely knows what that's all about. And it's another good-looking stroke, Tom.
It's another birdie for Lydia Ko. And she has moved to 12 under within 4 of the lead. This is incredible golf. And maybe we're going to see the Lydia Ko of old just suddenly flash back into form. Go to the tee at the 5th. Not as many leaderboards on the front 9. There are leaderboards on the back 9. You can see on almost every hole on the back 9.
Just a touch off the left. Okay. There might be a smidge of help according to the last hole too.
Yeah. Just between the palm and the flag.
Yep, got it. Perfect.
The interesting, Jerry, is, you know, if she takes a peek and suddenly sees Lydia Ko, it's only 4 back.
Well, there is one on the next green, so on the 6th green. There hadn't been one yet till then. So she wouldn't have any way of knowing right now.
Tough to get it close, but we'll see what she can do here, Jerry.
7 iron, 180-yard shot, 7 iron. Safely left of the hole.
First reaction from her that didn't look too pleased, but it's fine. So we could have an interesting finish brewing here if Lydia Ko keeps this form going. Incredible golf.
that? Can you let me know?
Yep.
Landing on it?
Yeah.
Sensational start for Lydia Ko. 6 under through her first 7 holes. An eagle back at the second, and sole possession of second place right now, 4 off the lead. Third coming up here at 6 for Shanshan Feng.
Pretty straight, right?
Yeah, if anything, her ball finished maybe just a touch right to left, but it's not a lot at all.
Been fun to watch this week after being off the LPGA Tour for what, 16 months?
Yeah, has not played in a competitive event since back in 2019. This is some kind of performance.
Yeah.
Charlie Hull's in the bunker on the left, and it leaves a quick
Spot where you want to land it.
shot down the green, Jim.
Yeah, on the downslope as well. She drove it in the right rough. Didn't have a great lie, but this is really tough. Just almost landed into the fringe to kill it. But I don't know. Almost got to get a little bit lucky to get this one close. Your first object or first task is get it on the green. Don't try to get cute.
Yeah, there's nothing to stop it now.
No.
She didn't hit a very high shot, which didn't help her very much.
Well, for these chasers, they just can't afford to make any mistakes. And the lead is so big for Patty Tavatanakit. And they're going to have to go and get her, because the way she's playing and the way she's conducting herself, Jerry, it doesn't look at the moment like she's going to make many mistakes.
You know, legend has it, Tom, that when she was a very young child, Tiger was playing on TV. He'd already visited Thailand, so he was obviously quite famous there. And he was winning, and she looked at the TV and pointed at it and said, "Dad, I want to be that." Steve Eubanks, the Global Golf Post author and writes for LPGA.com as well, yesterday asked her, she said, "You know, Tiger is the ultimate closer. Are you ready to add that to your resume?" And he said, she paused for a moment, gave him just a Hogan-esque type stare, and she said, "That's the plan."
We'll see if she can do it. This looks pretty good.
How about this one? Ooh.
Three's a good score here, Judy.
In this time of basketball, and when basketball has been so darn good, she definitely seems to be the kind of player that says, "Give me the ball."
Absolutely. And trying to maybe get some back for the Bruins.
There you go.
Yeah, you might not want to talk basketball to UCLA fans today.
Right.
Judy, that's rubbing salt into the wounds.
7 wins in 2 years at college, 3 wins in an abbreviated season on the Symetra Tour. If the plan comes to fruition, we could be seeing the birth of a new superstar.
Se-Young Kim on the 9th. It's a third. Trying to get it up and down for birdie. Inbee Park for birdie.
Yeah, going up the slope about 25 feet. Might move to a right. Oh, that's got to go.
Judy was saying the heat was a bit of an issue for her yesterday. It was very warm out there yesterday, and it's warm again today. And she says she doesn't always love playing in that kind of heat. Now Brook Henderson on the 11th. This for birdie. Brook 3 under for the day. This to get it to 8 under and within 8 of the lead. Just got off to a tough start this week, Judy.
You know, she hasn't been playing the greatest of first rounds lately. I've just noticed that she's always clawing her way back a little bit, and that maybe is just something that gets in your head.
Yeah, 75 in the opening round for Brook. She's had 74, 73 as her opening rounds the last 2 tournaments, and that is just going to be a par. Her father is her coach. He hasn't been able to come out to a tournament for over a year now. They've obviously been able to video chat and send videos of the swing back and forth, but you just wonder whether that makes a difference, not being able to have the human eye right there. Let's go to 8.
So Lydia, 23 years old now, 15 wins, but the last win back in 2018. This to get it to 13.
Another good-looking roll. Ooh.
It seemed to wander to her right. It was kind of an odd move for the golf ball where she was. This is a hard hole location. It's as far back as you can put the ball, the hole on the left side of the green.
Been a pretty hard hole through the week. Back on the tee at the 6th, Tavatanakit.
19-degree hybrid in her hand. That is the ideal target line right there.
You know, when a player does something like this, second year now, but a rookie because of the carryover from last year, not the points, but the status, you wonder, why hasn't she won yet? She's only 21, I get it, but
yeah,
she's been that good.
Well, we've had this experience last year with Sofia Popov.
You're right.
So it's beautiful to watch.
She's doing it right now.
When you're 60, Jerry?
After you're 40.
Yeah.
Tavatanakit up by 4 in the fairway here at 6, setting up for her second. Any wind at all, Jerry?
0.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it wouldn't blow out a candle right now.
5-3 hole. Yeah.
Take some off 8.
Yeah, I love that.
I want to go. You see the first part on the left?
Yep.
One? Like right there.
Yeah, right in the gap of the red and the blue in there.
Yep.
That'd be perfect.
That's the voice of Ryan Hogue. Her caddy this week was supposed to be a 1-week deal. The last time he had a 1-week deal, it was during the Las Vegas PGA Tour event Shriners for Martin Laird.
Martin Laird, yeah.
He's 1 for 1. He told me earlier today he might stick around for a while if she asks. Is this a 9-iron?
Be a good choice, I think.
I think so too. Just a little left the hole, quality shot if it's a distance.
Gonna hold.
Yeah, it's not a simple putt, but it's sure a makeable putt.
Up to the tee at the 8th, the par 3, Inbee Park.
Yeah, 171. This is 6-iron. That's going a little bit left. That's got to get up some too.
That area has seen a lot of shots come to rest. It is very possible to putt from there.
This is Jin Young Ko on the green at the 9th. This is for birdie. Should update you on Se Young Kim. We saw her chipping from short of the green. That was actually her 4th, so she did make 5 here. Remains at 10 under par, 6 behind. Jin Young, you can see the world #1, and it looks like that ranking is safe. There are a couple of scenarios that could see her being knocked off the top of the world rankings.
Felt like a leisurely stroll around the golf course all 4 days as she walks up to the green at the 6th. Tavatanakit, she was the 2019 Rookie of the Year on the Symetra Tour with 3 wins. And last year, as part of their Drive On campaign, the LPGA featured the rookie from Thailand. Jimmy Rogers, I know you produced that feature and really did learn some interesting things about the 21-year-old.
Thanks, Terry. Yeah, I got to sit down with Patty Tavatanakit for that feature you just saw as part of the LPGA's Drive On campaign. And it was in the fall of 2019 when she had already locked up her LPGA Tour card after winning 3 times that season on the Symetra Tour. And at the time, she had been traveling the country for 5 months with her father, who was also her caddy at the time. And as you saw from that piece, Tavatanakit is quite an independent and free-spirited individual and was a little anxious about still just, having her dad on the bag and wanted him to just be dad and no longer be her caddy too. She made that change when she got to the LPGA Tour and now is having some success here this week with Ryan Hogue, who told me that he is going to be sticking around and they've had some great success in this first run here together.
Feeling comfortable in Southern California. This for birdie. Not quite enough pace.
I think, and everybody's heard me say it before, but I think that with a young player finally trying to be completely grown up, trying to start in the professional world, this idea of controlling your own destiny on the golf course, because it is such a solo game, and being the boss of your game once you tee off, it's important.
2-8 and Inbee Park from off the green.
Yeah, that was a putter, as Judy said, but that's got to get down.
Just always odd to see her struggle with the putter, which she's not today, but she was late yesterday. 9.
It's a driver for Lydia.
Driver from the deck.
It is, and I don't think it's enough to get to the green, but on this line it should leave a great angle to that flag. Each fairways tee the ball up nicely, and it's driver for deck season.
I tell you, when I first got here on Monday and took a walk on the golf course, they were just like carpets. You couldn't even find a divot out there. And as Karen was saying, just knocking it down the right side in front of that bunker opens up the angle to the flag as we take a look at the swing.
Yeah, and when you want to try that driver off the fairway, the only important thing is hit it flush.
Par putt Inbee at 8. Ouch. Oh,
that was cruel.
Man. Thought for sure that was in.
So that's it, just hit it flush?
I think that's the important thing. I think people try to get it in the air and then they hit it really thin. The bad shot is usually thin and to the right.
Flush isn't always easy for everyone, Judy. Maybe an easy for you. This is for birdie at 7. And that's going to be another par for Miriam Lee, who's just stuck on the par train right now. She's had 7 in a row. And this is the tee at 7.
Still fine, just like yesterday, right?
Yeah, it's fine. Just have that tree a little left of it.
Yep.
I always think it's tough when the angles of a tee don't quite match up, and you can see they're off here, but that's just the way it sits.
If you've ever been able to play here or you know the golf course at all, this is the farthest back tee on the 7th.
Driver here, if it doesn't hug the left side of the fairway from the tee, it could run through. That is absolutely piped.
Boy, and the golf swing itself and the balance and just everything looked so beautiful.
She obviously learned one thing from Tiger Woods, the club twirl. Every single time she likes it, she gives it the Tiger club twirl at the end. Patty Tavatanakit, 4 ahead at the A&A Inspiration.
Sit. Oh, sit it in.
Okay. Yep.
That was Inbee Park's drive at the 9th. Meanwhile, over on the 7th, Patty Tavatanakit. Talked about UCLA and their heartbreak yesterday. Well, they may have something to celebrate today, because Patty Tavatanakit, who spent a couple of seasons there, won 7 times for the Bruins, and you can see her little yardage book that she uses. There's the logo on it. No points last year, but the rookies do carry over to this year. So all of the rookies still have a chance at the Louise Suggs Rolex Rookie of the Year. The points starting at the beginning of the season. And Patty Tavatanakit, courtesy of a 5th place finish, does have a 2-point advantage over Leona Maguire, who was featuring in the A&A Inspiration earlier in the week, but fell away yesterday, finished with a round of 70 today, and she's tied for 26th.
Yes, and there's that backstop there.
23 rookies on the LPGA Tour
It's just like a
this
smooth
season.
30 shot.
Yes.
Okay.
Not everyone would have been in this field.
Perfect.
Ali Ewing.
Been a rough start for Ali after the birdie on 2, double on 3, and then a 3-putt bogey on 4. So really could use something good to happen quickly. 127, little 9-iron ball well above her feet. Little left of the hole, should be good weight. Oh no, a little deep.
Yeah, it's going to come back.
Yep.
Pretty good shot.
It's looking like it.
It's going to come back a long way. Yeah, there's just a little ridge in the green there. She pitched it right in the perfect spot with a bit of spin on it. Paddy Tavatanakit got into the field here from this year's race to the CME Globe. There were 8 spots available, and she was one of the players who qualified through her performance this year. It's her second.
Even though she is a rookie, this is her 4th ANA Inspiration. 110 here with a gap wedge. So she probably has a little bit of course knowledge. Good line.
Too far. It's going to be a quick one now.
Just missed that ridge that Ali caught. Yeah, that's going to be tough.
It was the low amateur in 2019. And has memories of playing in the junior ANA Inspiration as well.
Here at 10, Se-Young Kim was short in 2, played to here, saves. So out in 31 though, 5 under on the front 9. Try to make a move.
Front 9 plays marginally easier than the back 9
A little
here.
bit. Maybe not as much as you'd think this week.
I think it's about a stroke and a half, and I would have thought a little more.
Yeah.
At the 9th, Lydia Ko has a putt to get within 3 of the lead, Karen.
And quite remarkable, really. I mean, her ball striking has been absolutely spot on today. And you know, in all fairness, she's been making the putts when she's had to. But you know, you understand that Paddy Tavatanakit, with all her power and all her strength on this golf course, if you're going to catch her, you need to be putting in a round of golf just like Lydia's doing. And she's left it in a good spot here too, Tom, putting back uphill towards the hole.
Such a difficult task to chase Tavatanakit down, but this will be to get to 7 under for the day.
I always think when I'm watching Lydia that her biggest asset is her mental game. She's so strong and so tough.
Another one drops. And Ko is within 3 of the lead, out in 29.
These putts are going in the dead center of the hole also.
She said earlier in the week that her ball striking just wasn't there the last few weeks. Putting was key. Well, the putting has stayed with her. And
she was a giant star, and she was a giant star in Hollywood, and she brought a lot of that respect to us.
Paddy Tavatanakit's birdie putt is pretty good for speed there, Jerry.
Yeah, that was obviously a defensive effort the whole way. Securing a short par is pretty good.
So that should keep her at 16 under. We'll go to the 9th, the 3rd shot for Inbee Park.
Yeah, 72 yards laid it up to here. Usually controls her spin really well.
Chance for Inbee to get it to 10 under. And a birdie putt for Ali Ewing.
Could put a little spark in her step here if she were to get this a drop.
Yeah, well done. As you mentioned, it's been a bit of a tough day at times for Ali. You can see hitting it out of bounds at the 3rd led to the double bogey at 4. She gets it back to 1 over for the day. Let's go to the 10th.
29 for Lydia Ko, and that is a record here. He had 4 different players close to 30, but 29 to get within 3.
No driver off the tee here. There is a bunker down the right that you certainly can reach with your driver. I'm not sure she can't reach it with this. She's hitting the ball a good bit longer. Average this week with her driver, 280 yards off the tee. That's really long for Lydia.
And not only that, Judy, she's getting a little bit more height on her shots as well, which really helps on this golf course. It's going to stay nice and short of that bunker that you were talking about.
Yeah.
Good club.
Perfect, Karen. Karen, you can add to this, but she's been working with Sean Foley, and part of it was to put on a little more muscle. She's a more or less tiny person. We'll get back to you, Karen.
Well, Ewing will be first to play.
First hint of a breeze all day right here, straight into the players. Is not much. This is a 6 iron. Really good line. A little left the hole. That's a good shot.
Boy, one of the best today.
Needs it at this point. Share a 7th right now. 1 over for the day. And Patty Tavatanakit at 16 under. If you weren't with us earlier, big answer from her at the second. Chipped in for eagle to get it to 16. But now the lead is down to 3.
Not sure if she would know that at this point. Not sure if she cares, actually. I don't know if she's a scoreboard watcher or not, but nonetheless, she'll be made aware of it at some point. This is a 7 iron.
When it really calls for a nice high shot, the green sits well up from the tee.
This is a nice high shot. The line is basically right at it.
Lovely.
Back edge, opportunity to get it to 17 under par. Remember, the record is 19 under. Dottie.
And Inbee Park has this for birdie.
Yeah, what a good wedge shot she hit in here. Not much in this one. There you go.
He goes out in 3 under. And it's 6 back. Go back to 8.
Birdie try, Tavatanakit to get it to 17 under coming up.
Great birdie try at that little downhill. I've got it turning a bit left was my read, but through 3 rounds, she was so effective from this distance and in.
When there has been a challenge every day this week, she has met it.
I can't see that she's playing with any nerves at all.
No. I'm sure she is, but you can't see it. And a par 5 coming up. Up to the 10th and the 2nd for Lydia Ko.
That's 133. Just got a wedge. And the way she's been hitting these short irons, I wouldn't put it past her to hit this one close too. And Judy, yes, to your point, Sean Foley wanted her to be more athletic, gain some muscle, and I think that really resonates with her, with her love of the Olympic Games, and when she's been home in Lake Noma playing with Anne Van Dam.
I hope it comes across on your television screen. She is a somewhat petite person.
Over at the 11th, Se-Young Kim has this for birdie. Made a couple of good scrambles the last 2 holes. To get it to 11 under par. Put the flag all the way back on the 11th today, the par 5. The tee has been back all 4 days. They didn't move it up.
I think when the putter's on, this is her distance. That somewhere 10 to 15 foot range.
Drifted right. Is that India over there, Judy?
Almost. Almost, and you don't, that kind of broke towards the back of the green, which you never really expect.
Par 3, 14th, 153 yards today, and Brook Henderson.
Boy, and every golf course should have a really great short par 3. This is a terrific hole. Lots of challenges based on where you put the hole.
What you don't have to deal with today, at least at this point, is a stiff breeze. Oh, just hop right over it.
Back left corner of the green, that is up on a second level at 14.
Right here. Yeah, about an inch or two.
Almost.
The top shelf, get it back there and have a chance, and she certainly does. Rolex World Rankings, Brook Henderson dropped a spot in the Kia Classic last week, so she is checking in at number 7, right behind Lexi Thompson. Jin Young Ko in the field this week, number 1, but Inbee Park right behind, coming off the win in the San Diego area. Nelly Corda, number 4. As we take you back to the tee at the 9th, leader there and the final pairing.
It'll just be a case of how much she's going to try and take off down the left side. What club is that?
3-wood, Tom, and yesterday she took it, basically took it at the corner at those trees and took her chances. If it gets through cleanly, it's an easy go in 2. She might try and keep it just right of that last little crooked trunk tree and still should be able to get home in 2 from there.
The green is way over on the left. Big dogleg right to left.
Yeah, exactly. Just right of the trees. High little baby draw.
Well, that could be perfect. And it is. Oh, my.
Yeah, doesn't need to sit too much. It's in great shape.
That's a hard shot to pull off.
Have you said that a few times this week? That could be perfect?
I have.
And it is?
I have. I am on autopilot over here.
Check in with Lydia Ko. So is she, yeah.
Isn't that the truth? I mean, I think when you're playing this type of golf, it's a joy to get over the ball and to feel the strike and see the shot shape that in your mind you've already played. And I think I've always said that with Lydia. She does have, you know, the best visualization skills, and when her game's in sync with that, she's very dangerous. I really like how her arms and the putter and everything's kind of working together today, Judy. Is another one? Yes.
And another one right in the center of the hole.
Can you believe what you're watching? I mean, you can, because we've seen her do it before, but it's been a while.
Yeah, this has escaped her for a long time, and maybe it's all coming together in one round.
Who won on the PGA Tour today?
I believe somebody else with the same problem. Congratulations, Jordan Spieth.
Yep, and Lydia Ko doing it in the desert. Wow, Jimmy.
Yeah, 149, trying to get 8 iron to skip back there. A bit on the right side. Trying to turn back from right to left. I don't know if it's enough club, though.
Almost.
Kind of hung on the slope, it looks like.
Made some long putts early. 3 straight right out of the gate to the tee at 11.
8 under par for the day, and on the tee at the par 5, Lydia Ko.
So much depends on the ball in the fairway here as to whether she will have a chance to go for this green.
Over that tree down the right, there tends to be the correct line, and she's pitched it on the right side of the fairway.
Yeah, that's hard to do, and that's really good. It is a fairway where, as you see it, and as you try to avoid the big tree on the right, you tend to run through to the left rough.
Back to the 9th, and Patty Tavatanakit. Is it going to be go time for Patty?
Oh, yes. 234 front. This is her 3 hybrid, 19-degree hybrid, 258 hole, plenty of club. Oh, this line is so good, right between the bunkers.
Asking for it to get up. It's going to be just fine right there. It might just feed back a little bit.
You know, I was at a Ryder Cup one time, and I was standing back on the practice tee with Raymond Floyd, and this makes me think of what he said to me. He said, Judy, they play a game with which I am unfamiliar.
Patty Tavatanakit is playing a game right now which almost everybody in the field is unfamiliar with. She's hitting it so far. This is the 11th hole. Jin Young Ko has managed to creep it up almost on the green. This for eagle. Yet. Jin Young only 1 under for the day, back in a tie for 13th. And we'll go to the 10th.
Birdie try Inbee Park.
Yeah, Judy, she just had some numbers she couldn't be aggressive with, and that was one of those from the fairway. Got to get up a little bit.
Yeah, well, that's a bit of a mistake, but it is a better mistake than over the back of the green.
So she will stay 7 shots off the lead.
We've come to expect such perfection from players. You know?
Yeah. Tom mentioned the Olympics and Inbee Park, Jin Young Ko, Se-Young Kim, Yeoju Kim, the 4 who would go if it ended right now. 4 players for a particular country if you've got all 4 inside the top 15. The U.S. does as well, but how about those names on the outside looking in too?
It's hard to believe the amount of talent, how heavy they are with people who are all good in Korea.
As hard a team to make as anything, I think. Certainly in golf, maybe in every sport.
Yep. Someone in Korea gets a lot of young players, young girls, started really well.
Inbee won the gold medal last time around, Rio. Hall for birdie. Started it outside and stayed right there. A couple of birdies and a bogey so far for Charlie. As we remind you, you can find out how one of the LPGA's toughest competitors plays to win. The new series Lessons with a Champion Golfer with Morgan Pressel, exclusively on Golf Pass. Watch it now and get 7 days free at golfpass.com/join. You saw that name, Se-Young Kim. Here she is with her second at 12. Bringing it back. Beauty. She's got a chance to get it to 11 under. Back to 9.
And the third for Patty Tavatanakit.
Boy, if that hybrid had stayed in the air just a couple of more yards, she'd have a 25 at most footer for eagle. Walking up to the green, she did not look at the leaderboard in the background, but her caddy did, and did a double take when he saw the score for Lydia.
Not surprised. That one just didn't check. Too much. So not a guaranteed 4.
Volume down a little bit, guys.
And we will go to the 11th. This was just a moment ago. Jin Young Ko for birdie. It's not technically a 2-putt. I think she was just off the green, but basically a good 2-putt birdie. So that was a moment ago. They've cleared the green, and now Lydia's second.
She's got 236 at the front. There's a 3-wood. I think she has to. I think it's not going to carry the front. It's got to jump on. Drawing left, though.
Oh, it's looking good.
Nice.
Looking good.
She was asking for it to sit down. I think maybe thought it was turning over too much, but it's just going to be perfect, Karen.
That's that extra distance that Judy was saying. It's just, wow, she's hitting out the screws today.
She's got a putt for an eagle to get within 1 of the lead. And over at the 9th, Ali Ewing has this for an eagle. This would really help her cause.
Yes, it would. Just the ideal drive, only a couple of yards behind Patty's 3-wood off the tee. And then she demolished a 3-wood that landed right on the front edge. Released to here, up and over a tiny little ridge that'll throw it left, and then a little bit downhill the hole from there.
Good try. Oh, it just straightened out at the end. Ali, who shot 66 yesterday to put herself into contention and play her way into that final pairing, is going to go out in level par. Battled back nicely after the tee shot at 3 and a big smile.
She was kind of a funny story yesterday because she said things happened in the morning and she got hurried. And she still felt hurried when she teed off, so she didn't expect too much.
Here at 12, Se-Young Kim for birdie. Hoping, and yeah. Body English helps it. That made a bogey today, and that is a very nice looking card. 6 under on the round as we take you back to 9.
And Tavatanakit to finish the front 9 with 2 birdies.
A little downhill, but not terribly speedy. Didn't get much of a read on it, but doesn't do much. Could wiggle a little right off that little side slope halfway there.
Oh, it moved a lot.
Hmm.
Just a par, assuming that one goes in, which it should do. Well, if you'd said to Paddy at the beginning of the day, you're going to play the front nine in 3 under, and you're going to start the day with a 5-shot lead, you'd think, yeah, I'd be cruising. But that isn't the whole story, is it? Because Lydia Ko has a putt at the 11th to get within 1. Back in the final round of the ANA Inspiration, Paddy Tavatanakit with a 3-shot lead. Lydia Ko has a putt upcoming on the 11th, and she has just been red hot with the putter so far. This was an eagle putt on the 2nd, having already made birdie at the 1st. Par the 3rd. This was for birdie at 4. This was fun. It's a long range effort. And then at the 9th to go out of 29, set a new record in the 50th play of the ANA Inspiration. 29 shots. Nobody's broken 30 over 9 holes before. On to the 10th and another birdie. And just perfect. So Lydia Ko to 8 under for the day, within 3 of the lead, and she's knocked it on the 11th in 2 and has a putt for an eagle.
Just an amazing display of golf, Tom, all across the board. I mean, not just the putts that we just seen there, but the shots that she played into those holes, the drives to leave herself a couple of short irons as well. And I mean, this is, you know, it's back uphill towards the hole. Maybe just a subtle little break to it, but like I said, how she's rolling the ball today, the way her arms are working just perfectly with that club, I wouldn't put it past her.
hit it, but it is going to be a birdie. And she's going to get it to 9 under for the round through 11 holes. Remember, the lowest round ever recorded here, 62. That's 10 under. So Lydia Ko's within 2 shots of the lead.
Good try.
And seems like it's a Sunday stroll. Let's go to 10.
So the leader now by 2, Tavatanakit.
That's a 3-wood, and it is just on the ideal line. Everybody assumed that if she shot 2, 3, 4 under, she couldn't be caught, Terry. But my goodness,
I know.
I mean, what, 9 under in the final round of a major?
She's only through 11 holes, Jerry.
It's frightening. It's fun to listen to.
Judy, did you see this coming at all from Lydia Ko?
A little bit. I think she and Sean Foley have worked well together. You could see that her confidence is building a little bit, and you know, 3 starts this year, 2nd, 8th, and 26th.
Yeah.
That's pretty good play, and it's not winning, but that should be the next thing on the horizon.
That 26 was last week at the Kia Classic, and again, her last win back in 2018, the LPGA Mediheal Championship. But multiple majors, including this A&A Inspiration in 2016, Lydia Ko certainly applying some pressure to the leader, even though Tavatanakit playing like she's just out there playing golf by herself.
Right. She certainly is applying some pressure, and don't forget that Lydia Ko has a really strong resume. She knows how to play under pressure.
And Patty's caddy doing a looking again. What? Lydia Ko's doing what?
Yeah, but I take nothing away from Patty. I'm totally impressed with how she handles herself, and heaven knows with how she plays.
9 under on the day, 15 under overall, Lydia Ko.
And this hole too. I mean, if she hits this in the fairway, it will give herself just another short iron into a flag. But I mean, she's been so dialed in with her distance control as well, not just the accuracy. This one's starting a bit right. Has to move left.
She was looking right. No, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Maybe the next tee we'll talk about what they have worked on.
Inbee Park's 3rd at the 11th.
Yeah, just 77 yards. You saw the shot she hit back at 9. Just really controls the distance and speed, or the spin, excuse me. It might need to spin a little bit.
Oh, it did, Jim.
Okay.
Right on cue. It'll be a tap-in birdie for Inbee Park, and she'll get it to 11 under.
Moment to remind you, registration for the 2022 Drive, Chip, and Putt Championship is now open. Register your child today, and he or she could be the next national champion. Go to drivechipandputt.com to get started. Back out to the 10th, and yesterday we had the breeze in the afternoon. We do not have it today, and it in part has allowed Lydia Ko to go very low. This final pairing here, Ewing and Tavatanakit, it will be Ellie first.
A yard.
Yeah. I'm with you. You know what? Definitely.
You're on board with that?
Yes. It's just a smart play with this pin, you know.
Yeah.
Can get there too.
We're looking between the guy and the wheel, right of it.
Perfect.
.129 for Allie and a pitching wedge. She's one of the very, very few players on the LPGA Tour who only carries 3 wedges: a pitching wedge, a 52-degree gap wedge, and a lob wedge. Most carry 4. It's a good line if it gets back there.
It's good. Just on top of the ridge.
Started with a share of 2nd place, but now tied for 5th, Allie Ewing, as Tavatanakit takes a look.
Can you carry that 120, you think?
How far does this one go?
That one went about 120 carry. Okay.
Good shot. Still helping too, right?
It's not a lot. I mean, you got to hit it. I like it though. It's always going to be fine.
Yeah, this is always going to be fun.
Yeah.
Just where the camera guy is.
Perfect.
Patty, one of the many players carrying 4 wedges. This is a 50-degree gap wedge. There's a tiny, tiny bit of help breeze, and Ryan was exactly right. It's not going to help much. Amazing how good he knows her game already. Let's just ride the hole with a little draw. Looks like plenty.
Sit.
Looks like good.
Mm-hmm. And it did. Sit down.
She's not 9 under or anything, but I tell you, she's playing nearly flawless golf.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with 3 under par. And started with that lead.
Let's go over to the 13th hole. The flag today is on the back tier. And Se-Young Kim, I said it flag high, but has this for birdie. Se-Young right now 3rd on her own, 6 behind. She's 6 under for the day. When you start a major championship on the final round tied for 11th and you're 6 under for the day through 13, usually you'd think, well, it might have a chance, but not right now.
Cannot assume. Lydia Ko setting up in the fairway.
She's got 138.
Just taking a look at that whole location tucked in there, Karen.
It is. And, you know, from the right side of the fairway makes it a little bit tougher for her to be aggressive too. Ball is above her feet, which also makes that right flag a little bit tougher. But Lydia is very comfortable moving the ball to the right, so she would be comfortable playing a little hold shot in here. And this one's going left of the hole.
Good hop, though. And you wouldn't put it past her to make that the way she's putting today.
So one of the things that she and Sean Foley have worked on hard is she had a big sort of reverse pivot in her swing where she couldn't get her weight off of her left side. She now really gets loaded on her right side. And then when she changes directions, she gets to her left side really smoothly. And that gives her enough more power than she had before. She was trying to manufacture power with her arm swing when she couldn't move her body through the ball.
This is at the 11th at Inbee Park for a birdie. It's Inbee to 11 under.
Yeah, sure.
Let's go to the 15th, and Denmark's Nano Kurtz Madsen. She's coming off a good run here. She eagled the 11th, birdied 12, birdied 13, and now has that for birdie at 15, and that will get her to 10 under par and into 5th on her own. Solheim Cup year, it's always good to put in a good performance at the major championship, especially when the European captain Katrina Matthew has been here. As we go back to 10.
I do not think it's as easy as they're making it look.
Oh, the golf today? Yeah, I know, right? They're pretty good.
Wow.
And a chance for another birdie for the leader.
Yeah, can she do it again? Right at that length, she's been pouring them in, and pouring them in with perfect, what they call holing speed. It's just going to go maybe a foot past, and they're just right in the middle. This one turning a little right.
She has a very relaxed setup.
That did not start out where she was aiming. She wanted that outside the hole left.
Hey, Judy, she wouldn't think it right now, but if she were to go on and win this, she might look back and go, you know what, I'm glad a big name made me work for it in that final round.
Yeah, well,
and I withstood the pressure.
It would make it, in a different way, extremely satisfying.
Yeah? Yeah, that didn't have a chance.
It sounds kind of silly, but part of putting is hitting it where you're looking.
Now you tell me.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Lydia's been doing today.
Yep.
See if she can do it again here at 12.
This is not an easy putt. You can see, you know, Lydia using the aim point and the amount of fingers that she holds up will typically indicate how much the break is, and there was more than a couple of fingers there, so this one should have a good movement to the right. And I always think, Judy, when you have putts like this that are going to break quite significantly, you try and picture the ball falling into the hole around the clock, and to me this one looks like it should fall in around the 8 o'clock mark.
Yes. I think that's exactly what a perfect putt would do in this case.
You thought it was going in, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a beautiful effort.
I mean, everything you think is going in today. Yeah, really good effort. Tap in for par at the 12th and remain 15 under and 2 shots off the lead here on the final day in Rancho Mirage.
Nice touch. Yeah.
That left for par for Se-Young Kim. Share of 3rd right now.
Ah, the fashion memo. We're going to wear a red skirt and a white top.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And we're both going to play well.
We didn't dress alike today. We didn't get the memo. Tom.
We dressed for the occasion, though, Easter.
Easter, that's right.
13th tee, and as we talked about many times before, this is not the easiest tee shot on the golf course.
No, I do think, Tom, that it's slightly easier for the shorter hitters because they get to land it more at the top of the bank and seems to be a little bit wider there, and it doesn't take as much of the slope. The longer players do have to really thread the needle on this hole, but Lydia, I think, kind of is in that mid-range. So it'd be interesting to see how she deals with this slope. Ideally, a little draw would be perfect.
Hardest fairway on the golf course to hit. And that is going to miss, and it is It's going to miss in the rough, and it looks like it sits down on the downslope. That could be really tricky.
Best news there is the hole is in the back portion of the green, and there it is open in the front.
12th hole, the second for Inbee Park.
Yeah, 136. That was a 9-iron.
On the surface.
It's okay.
Haven't seen many close there at 12. Pin tucked in behind that bunker. To 11.
Tee shot left at 11. That's the ball of Patty Tavatanakit. Bit of tree trouble here, Jerry.
Yes, indeed it is. That was her first bad swing of the weekend. Just a quick kind of toe hook, and it never had a chance. And she's got a line through the trees, but it would be a little nuts to try it at 254 to the front and a pretty decent line. Would have to keep it really low. If she does opt to go around to the right, not sure she can hook it enough to really get aggressive and get something up there with a short shot in. Is probably just going to be advancing it somewhere in the neighborhood of 150 yards.
Well,
She's looking through the gap.
Yeah, we've sure seen how she plays when everything is right down the middle, but a little adversity here. It'll be interesting to watch.
Well, she has said throughout the week that I need to stay fresh on the golf course. I need to stay hydrated. You can see her chewing on something, obviously taking a sip of water. She knows that she needs to keep a mental focus throughout the day, and you know that's all part of it. I think she's pretty aware of what she needs to do, as a player and as a person, to stay fresh out there and stay in the moment.
Sorry.
But she's never experienced this kind of pressure before.
150 yarder gives 100 front edge, so
yeah,
roughly. Just kind of a field shot, just something, just maybe a little baby draw around there. Get that feeling? You comfortable with that?
I like this.
Okay.
I don't know if Ryan talked her out of trying the shot through the trees or not, but this is a smart play. And it's not drawn. That's going to miss a fairway right and be in more trouble.
Yeah,
that's
rough and trees.
Oh, and it sat down. The flag is at the back of the green. But this is the first, I suppose, issue we've seen for Patty. As we take a look at this one, she was just trying to hit a field shot, as you heard, and turn it over. Go to the 13th. And Lydia is going to be first to go, just strolling up to her ball.
I've had a chance to look at it, Tom, and you're right. It is sitting down in that rough, and she has 178 to the hole, but the number that she's keeping in mind will be 147 front. Ideally, from the rough, a cut shot is what you're looking for, just so that not as much grass gets stuck between the club and the ball, but this thicker rough will add at least one club to it.
And of course, one of the things that happens when the rough is thick is that if your speed isn't there at the impact area, that long grass can turn that club face over.
Hybrid's going to be pretty similar, and I think 5 was just got better chance of going. This is like, even with those clubs, it's got 0 chance of carrying anything close to 140.
You think that one's considerably worse than the one we had on Friday, right?
Like, cause it's like thicker here than like over there. Okay. I think I just gotta air left, because even if I go on the left bunker.
Yeah, I would say with it being thick, I would try to start it like on the chimney, I think.
Yeah. The left one?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna hit like more like that kind of shot. Because anything full, I think is too.
All right, even on the tree then.
So it's the punch, fairway wood.
she talked about this rough being thicker than the rough a little farther to her right, and that's because it catches the most of the fairway watering.
It is particularly healthy. Oof, that was thick.
Oh, that had so much potential to be good. It had like potential to be so good.
She's going to have to show us her short game skills from the bunker. As we take a look at this coming out of that thick lie. And we'll go back over to the par 5 11th. Check in with Tavatanakit.
I like 4 loft. Get the ball up out of there. Exactly.
Just a nasty, nasty lie sitting well down in that healthy, extremely thick and strong grass.
You see that lady just right over the...
Yep, I like it.
Does she have to curve this ball, Jerry?
No chance to do it if she had to, so she's going straight, just right at the camera tower. That's the closest line she can skirt those trees with, and if she hits a great shot from 150, maybe 30, 40 feet from the hole.
Okay.
Kind of thinned it.
Be good. Be good.
Oh, she loves
Come
it.
on.
It's going to be good.
You take that. Make a 5 and move on.
Taking to the 12th in Inbee Park for birdie.
Yeah, leaving the flagstick in for the first time today, going up the hill a little left or right.
Did she? Oh, nope. Right in the heart.
And then a bunch.
Yeah. Had it red. 15.
Check in with Nelly Corder. This is for birdie to get it to double digits under par. And 5 under for the day. Lovely approach there at the 15th for Nelly. So she's inside the top 5. She came so close to winning the A&A Inspiration last year, losing in the playoff. Looks like it's going to be another great week in the desert, but not quite good enough to win. back at the 11th. A birdie would be a big bonus here, Jerry.
Huge bonus, yeah. I don't think she was bargaining on that once that second shot left the club face. But yeah, good look here, turning a little right. But not much. Never turned the wrong way at the end, but 5's not going to hurt you here.
Yeah, a little bit of an Indio effect, we think, maybe at the back of this green, Judy. This is the third at 13th for Lydia.
On a nice little upslope, and she's 4 for 4 for sand save so far this week.
But nobody's got it up and down at the 13th yet. Lydia might. Lydia might. Go to the 17th in that traditional Sunday hole location, and Brook Henderson for birdie. Yeah, good too. This is Ali Ewing for birdie at the 11th.
Yeah, went for the green and 2, caught one of those big trees standing on the right side of the fairway, knocked it down to about 80 yards and played a beauty to here.
Birdie.
Ali fighting her way back. You can see the nasty run she had early on the front 9, and now just a tap in par for Patty.
Nothing more than a formality here, but it'll be interesting to see moving forward. Again, that was her first bad swing of the entire weekend.
Thought it was interesting yesterday after her round. She was talking about
Ali,
preparing,
I'm gonna go use the restroom.
preparing for the day. And she said, absolutely no social media. I don't want to see anything at all. I thought that was a mature way of handling it. You don't want that getting into your head. Now Lydia Ko for par.
Didn't really spend too much time looking at the line here, Tom. I think she feels fairly comfortable with this. Yep.
Yeah, good up and down. Good scramble in the end there.
Yep.
At this point, with the way things look and the way that Patty seemingly is playing, Lydia really can't afford to make any mistakes. But if you just look at that leaderboard right now, you'd say, well, there's 2 shots in it. That doesn't really tell the whole story, but 2 shots is nothing on the back 9 of a major. Now, Inbee Park.
Yeah, 178 front, 209. This is the 4 hybrid. She's had a couple, 2 or 3 long shots into these holes. That's been a disadvantage for her, but this is on a pretty good line if it gets up.
Is it going to get up the slope? Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah,
yes.
pretty good shot from that distance.
Chance for birdie for Inbee Park to get it to 12 under. 2 shots separating Tavatanakit and Lydia Ko.
Hey, bud.
What's the wind doing?
Be a touch of hurt, mostly off the left. Left tree there, huh?
Sprinkler head, I believe, right? Tavatanakit off the tee.
I think it is a sprinkler head. We'll wait and see, but.
All right. Player right behind her. 2 shots back. Lydia Ko on the tee at 14.
It's a 9-iron. Does play downhill just a little. This one's starting left of the green, trying to work right.
Oh, trickles off.
Boy, it was so close to being a really good shot.
It was.
Here's Inbee's birdie putt at the 13th.
Yeah, you're right, Tom. Just below the slope, about 35 feet. Pretty slow putt. Maybe at the end, speeds up, go a little bit to her right. Speed's been just average today. Only get 1 putt by the hole today all day. Well, make that 2.
Well, Inbee Park, a 7-time major championship winner, and this is a part of the Rolex Hanukkah Major Award. Of course, the 5 major championships. Been around since 2014, the Shelby West, and then Inbee in 2015 before Lydia won it, So Yeon Yu, Mary Jatanagarn, and Jin Young Ko in 2019, the last time it was held. 5 majors, got to win 1 to be eligible, and then points for the top 10. Back out to 13.
Check in with Charlie Hull, who is 2 under for the day, has a birdie putt.
She didn't really play that poorly. He had a pretty good shot here out of the first cut of rough. You feel like when you're 2 under par, you're just getting run over today. But I think Judy asked, are they just making it look this easy? I said, no, you got a perfect golf course condition-wise. You got no wind, and you got some women with some excellent talent. Put that combination, you got what we got today.
And if you should be able to keep the ball out of the rough, you're really going to give yourself some opportunities.
Well, that's the key. I thought the greens have held up nicely. There's no brown, there's no firmness. They're able to kind of take advantage of them in some pretty accessible hole locations.
Yeah, they've worked really hard on the golf course. Mother Nature helped them out over the winter time with some cooler temperatures, but they took advantage and they've presented it in the best shape we've ever seen it. Let's go to 14.
How about the line now, Karen, for Lydia Ko?
It's sitting quite down. I mean, I remember watching Lydia back then in 2015, and short game was just out of this world, and she's going to have to channel that here. Obviously short-sided, no green to use, ball sitting down.
It's one of those where you want your contact just to pop it up in the air, only 2 or 3 feet.
Oh my goodness, was that any good?
How good was that?
That was just nuts.
Man. Did you envision that?
The rabbits in the background enjoyed it
They
too.
liked it too.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the applause. Easter Bunny. About her mindset now. You talk about Patty's mindset, looking at a leaderboard and realizing that Lydia Ko is only 2 back. Does it change at all for Lydia?
Well, I think so, because now Lydia's not trying to play a record-setting round that she's got going. She's now thinking, well, who knew I could win this tournament? And I'm thinking she will rely on past experience.
It helps to have been there before. 13.
Par putt for Inbee. Inbee saying that her ball striking was not 100% this week. She needs to be a little more consistent with the driver. It was pretty good last week, and she won last week at the Kia Classic, having made her return to the LPGA Tour for 2021. Good performance today from Danielle Kang, but she will be disappointed to finish tied 13th. She is really focusing on trying to play well in the major championships, and although that is a good showing, she is the kind of player who has the quality to be right there at the top come the end of Sunday. She will look for better things as the major championship season continues. Good day today for Mel Reid, 67. It's a good couple of weeks for Mel. Tries to build and win for the second time on the LPGA Tour. Gabby Ruffles finished top 15 last year as an amateur to qualify for 2021. Christy Kerr with a 65 today.
Gerald Ford drive right along here, this stretch of the golf course, and this left for par for Ko.
And not much to this, but it's just occurred to me that when Lydia won this, she outdueled another long-hitting player from Thai, Tavatanakit. And she kind of held her nerve coming down the stretch, and Ari just let it slip away. So it could get interesting.
And posted, and then, yeah, Area had it in hand, really, with 3 holes to play.
And Lydia is going to have the advantage of finishing a good little bit before Patty.
3 pairings ahead of that final
There
pairing.
we got a little backstop behind it. We just need to make sure it gets up there, because if we carry it a little bit less, it could come off that false prop. There you go.
I think it will get there.
Well, let's hit it. I like it.
I've been hitting it pretty.
That one on 10 carried 125, so should be perfect.
Gap wedge 117, and you heard Ryan say the one on 10 carried 125. This does play a little bit uphill, a couple yards. Should be plenty. Just right of the hole. Oh.
Absolutely brilliant, just to tap in. To get it to 18 under. She's had an answer time and again.
Target again. Perfect.
She's been something.
On the tee at the 15th, this is Lydia Ko.
Obviously out of bounds left, but with this flag tucked on the left today, Tom, there's a bit more room down the right, even if, as this one looks like, it might just stay out there, out to the right side.
Yeah, it's going to depend on the lie. Playing as its lowest stroke average for the week today is 15. But makes it a bit more difficult when you drive it in the rough.
Second and 14 Inbee.
Yeah, not too bad a lie. This is a good looking chip right here.
Stay at 11 under. Just a formality, one would think. Patty Tavatanakit to get it to 18 under. And until the charge by Lydia Ko today, she's made the tournament look like just a formality, that she would run away and win it. So no bogeys on the card. The eagle, 2 birdies, and a 3-shot lead. One away from that record total of Dottie Pepper, 19 under. Boy, how impressive has it been? Again, I'm going to say it again. I know it's redundant, but she doesn't look like she's feeling any pressure at all, Judy.
No, she's pretty calm and cool, and she seems to have, you know, a good thought process. She hasn't gotten nervous where she isn't making good decisions.
If I told you at the start of the day she'd be 4 under after she left the 12th, you would have said, right now we'd be looking for things to talk about. But it's still a golf tournament.
It is still a golf tournament for sure, and this young woman has treated us to some golf we haven't seen so many times in our lifetime.
Well, you're seeing a young player come of age at a major championship, looking to win for the first time, but doing things that you get used to the Lydia Ko's of the world doing, maybe back in the day, but this is the first time we've seen her do something like this.
Yeah, with every iron shot, I keep listening to that contact and how consistently beautiful the contact is.
I think we've got to have the talk, if she goes on and wins here, about speed and about distance. I mean, we haven't seen this kind of length and speed and distance from a player on the LPGA Tour maybe ever before, and play this well. I mean, that is the key. Players have come out and hit it a long way, but they've sprayed it. They haven't been able to put it all together, and there's been some excitement over the last couple of years about players coming out here and, wow, they're going to overpower golf courses. It just hasn't happened. But this week it has happened, and Patty Tavatanakit has found a gear that nobody else has been able to find. And if she can go on and win here, I mean, the way she's played, Jerry, you've had a front row seat. I mean, it's absolutely incredible.
It really is incredible. I mean, driving it straight, driving it long, putting it well. Very, very few mistakes, nearly flawless golf. She has swung a little more within herself today with the driver. She hasn't really gone after as many as she did yesterday, and you can tell by the launch angle. That one was lower, solid. And the only one she did go after was the one she hit the rope hook on 11. But she is relaxed, but also extremely focused.
Second shot at the 15th for Lydia.
That's from 131. Decent lie, but
great shot.
Yeah, sensibly out to the right.
Great shot.
That is so hard to do from that rough. This is overseeded rye rough, and it is juicy and green, and nobody's getting a clear look at the back of the golf ball.
This has been some display from those two today. Zaeyoung Kim is to save par at 16. Going to drop back to 10 under, and a share of 5th place. First bogey on the card today from Zaeyoung Kim. Getting a look at what we're going to watch for several years, I think. Patty Tavatanakit 18 under, up by 3 in the final round.
Green at the 15th, and Lydia Ko for a birdie.
Has to move a little bit to the left, Tom.
Just to get back within 2 of the lead.
Well, really just a remarkable round of golf.
Just to go 10 under for the day. Does it have enough speed? Yes, it's right in the heart. There is no stopping Lydia Ko right now. And you get the impression you're watching one of the greatest rounds we've seen in a major championship.
We are watching that. You're right about that. But as we all know, Lydia Ko has had her struggles the last couple of years, and we're watching the resurgence of her excellence.
Hello, Lorena Ochoa and the 62. She's 10 under right now. And the records here in this event, Morgan Pressel, the youngest ever to win it. Patty Tavatanakit would be one of the youngest, but there is that 62 opening round in 2006, and this one's coming in a final round. Tavatanakit 18 under, Dottie Pepper, the low 72-hole total at 19 under, and Annika Sorenstam back-to-back as a major championship. 2001, 2002, Miriam Lee was trying to do just that, and just off the green, here she is trying to get it to 10 under.
She is up top, though, on the proper level.
Well, she wasn't chipping. So it didn't go in, Jude.
She gained a reputation last year, didn't she?
Yeah.
As a great chipper.
That's a good putt. So 9 under. Tee at 15.
Inbee Park.
That's just turning over just a little bit. Should be pretty good there. Gets off on the left side of the fairway.
Yeah, bunker down the left, but it's just going to skirt past the bunker without any problems. Inbee 4 under for the day. 11 under overall, but 7 behind. And we will go to the tee at the 16th.
And Lydia Ko at 10 under par, on pace to match what Lorena Ochoa did in the final round, trying to win it. 16 under total.
Not going with driver here. Very easy to run through down on that left side, because you're always trying to keep it down that side rather than letting this drift to the right. But this club can certainly pace down there for her. This is starting down the left, fading towards the middle of the fairway, and that's going to be just fine.
Not backing off at all. Talk about changing the way you play or your mindset now when you're within 2, and she keeps going. Thomas Bjorn, Lydia Ko playing some serious stuff here. 8 under through 10 in the final round of a major. That's ridiculous. And guess what? It's gotten more ridiculous. She's 10 under through 15.
Yeah, so what is this? Rock on.
Uh-huh. I mean, kind of charge. And we went there earlier with Jordan Spieth winning today, and obviously he's gone through his struggles, and Lydia Ko has too, and they are both back. And that's the kind of day it is when you play like this. You get fist bumps from the people you're playing with and against.
And that was Gabby Lopez.
Yeah.
Second at 13 for Patty.
That was a little pitching wedge, high in the air, drawing in from the right.
It's a good one.
Beauty.
Very good.
A lot of attention being focused on Lydia Ko as she strolls down the 16th with the snacks that her mother usually places in the golf bag every day. But Patty Tavatanakit deserves an incredible amount of attention from the way that she has played and handled herself under pressure, trying to win for the first time on the LPGA and make it a major win.
Could you guys let me leave you for a second? I know you'll be fine.
It's not like Naples, is it? Huh? You didn't hear what I said. All right, good. Yeah. I know. That was not good.
Great putt.
Back on the 13th, and the leader Tavatanakit for birdie. Just started it right, and that was not going to come back. Not her best stroke there, Jerry.
No, not at all. Leaderboard right behind the green here. Almost impossible to miss. I didn't see her look at it, but I think her caddy, who has seen a lot of professional golf, is in disbelief every time he looks at it.
But he's experienced enough to know that you don't tell the boss unless they ask, so it'll be interesting to know if Patty has any idea what this lady's doing as we go to 16.
In the fairway for her second, Lydia Ko.
That's 133. The signal is a 9-iron. Just plays uphill just a bit. I've seen her play some tremendous shots already with this club today. Another pure looking strike there. Just right at the hole.
Above it. All right, have that coming back down. It would be one of the spectacular final rounds in major championship history. Oh, he's at it again, Thomas Bjorn. If you're not watching the ANA, you're missing some of the best golf I've seen in a long time. Agreed. Lydia Ko could be playing the all-time best final round of a major. Turn on your TV. Thank you, Thomas. You're exactly right. And Judy, there's no doubt about that. He is spot on with what we are watching.
Well, I oftentimes feel like people might think we're hyping something, but we are not.
No, this is tremendous.
You tee off with a 5-shot lead. You're 4 under par for the round, and it's not over yet. Yeah, Judy, you can't hype that.
No, the only thing we can make sure that you understand is conditions are perfect. There is no wind.
Not a flaw in the golf course either.
Yeah, and it is warm, and the ball is flying pretty far. You know, it's nice and dry here in the desert, no humidity.
We saw that leaderboard you mentioned, Jerry. It was prominent on the last, and now on the tee at the par 3. Tavatanakit up by 2.
Air just a little bit out there. Couple, maybe a pace or 2 right at the hole. Not much of any, but probably just in that a little less control, but pretty good.
Take some off?
Just a little bit.
Going with 9-iron should not be a big one. The water's not in play for a player with their name on their bag today. Big mistake is long. Just right of the hole, just right.
Yeah, it jumps over the back, but we do see a lot of golf ball, and it's ever so slightly back uphill from there.
But hard work to save par now. Settled in some. Janne Kurtz-Madsen, as we jump up to 18, our look at the par 5 finishing hole, the famous par 5 here. Really good day.
Yeah, I think 66.
Yep. Tap in for 6 under, 66 and 11 under. So a share of 3rd place for Janne Kurtz-Madsen. Drop back to 16. Karen, what about this birdie try for Lydia Ko now?
Well, difficulty is downhill, and it should break to the left. Really, it's all about speed. I mean, you can see where she's aim pointing, where she's feeling the break in her feet. That's quite a bit right to the hole.
There is a point in this area on this green where a putt will almost double break, where it will go left and then sneak back to the right at the hole. I'm not there, and I can't tell you that for sure, but we'll watch. It may be that the hole would be cut farther to Lydia's right to see that happening, but it is a very hard putt to read.
It is, and I think the biggest thing is because you are putting back downhill too. It's not one that you can be really aggressive with. You just have to kind of watch the ball die as it approaches the hole and make your read accordingly. And that, as it's dying towards the hole, may be what keeps it out to that right side, Judy, as you were saying.
Yeah, well, she is set up for a good bit of swing to the left.
Pretty stress-free. I mean, we have high expectations of her now, Judy, from what we've seen so far today. That putt was not an easy one.
Certainly started the day stress-free, and right out of the gate went after it. Look at the birdie eagle start, but there's got to be some stress on the inside at this point, Jude.
I think just being 10 under is a little stressful.
And certainly this player has got to be feeling it on some level, even though she hasn't shown us.
She has not been in a position like this before on the LPGA Tour. No. I know she has in her life, but in this highest level of the professional game, this is new to her.
This is a very delicate shot, too. You can see a lot of the ball from the side, but not from behind it. There is going to be some serious grass to try and judge how it's going to come out of here. Between the club face and the ball at impact. And the problem is, and I say this all the time, the grass is really strong. This is a delicate shot. You just can't get enough club head speed to try and maximize the predictability. She did a fantastic job of it.
Get in.
Calling for it to get in, and it nearly did.
She knows that a stroke or two cushion would be good to have right now.
That was not nearly as easy as she made it look, Judy.
Yeah, exactly. That would give a lot of people really stressful nerves. She just hit a little chip shot and almost made it.
She played in the final group at the Gainbridge tournament earlier this year when Nellie Korda won. She played with Nellie. She kind of blew herself out of it very early in the day. It might have been the lesson she needed.
How about this? What a play. What a shot. 4 holes left. It's going to seem like an eternity, perhaps, because ahead of her, Lydia Ko, trying to steal the tournament. That was pretty.
17th with Lydia Ko.
And this is a very favourable hole location today, Tom. Players in the past have been able to score on this location. This is a good-looking shot. Started left of the hole, trying to fade.
Just needs to chase up the green a bit more. And Lydia will have a putt for birdie. 2 behind.
I believe it's on the same level, but it is ever so slightly uphill all the way.
Hey, Jude, tried to win this for the second time. Remember in 2016, it was Lexi who led to start the day, but Lydia came down to her and Ari Jutanagarn. And this, her third at 18, got it that close.
She has been good for a very long time.
So finished with a birdie, shot 69, bogey free, and then Jutanagarn, she had it in control, had a 2-shot lead at the tee at 16, bogeyed 16, 17, that at 18.
Yeah. Good for Lydia, and it set area back for some time.
Yeah, it did. Lydia Ko became the youngest 2-time major winner in LPGA history, and trying to repeat that this afternoon. So just keep playing the way you're playing. You got a couple of holes left here, and I mean, it goes without saying, but that mindset is a big part of it. And I think experience, Judy, you mentioned it, it's got to come into play, because you look up and you realize midway through this back 9 that you were within 2 shots and maybe never expected to be there.
Well, that's right. But I'm going to tell you what, this player has put in the work lately to get in this position again. And I don't think she will let it slip away from her because she does something wrong.
Inbee Park for birdie at 16.
This putt's got some pretty good speed. Well, there's no way she could leave that short. She has done that, Terry, I'm going to guess 4 or 5 times today. But
yeah.
That was one you could leave short. Tough putt.
Well, the pressure is on. 4 to play. Tavatanakit on the tee at 15.
With driver. Had to protect against the mistake back on 11. That one stayed out to the right. Going to be in the rough.
That's going to be well in the rough.
Oh, it got past that tree, but sits down, and as we know, can be very juicy and thick down there. So not the best tee shot from Patty. Let's go to the 18th.
Nelly Korda making a move today at 10 under, trying to finish up at 11. And able to, so a big jump. 6 under 66 after 3 rounds in the 70s. And a share of 3rd place right now. All right, majored this week, and you know about next week. Golf Channel is live from the Masters, bringing you the most comprehensive coverage from Augusta National. Live from the Masters all next week here on Golf Channel. But this one not done yet. And to start the day, kind of thinking, boy, she's been flawless. Tavatanakit, she might run away with this. It hasn't been the case because of the charge from Lydia Ko. And Judy, think about, okay, the course record, but how about the lowest round in a major championship, 61 from Hyoju Kim back in 2014, the Evian Championship, and that's a par 71 golf course.
Yeah, that was a great round, a very good golf course. This is a tougher golf course.
Mm-hmm.
Lydia on the green at the 17th. And Patty Tavatanakit walking down the 15th hole.
I have seen a couple of deep breaths, Jerry, from Patty.
She apparently is human. It's just not playing like it.
Well, sometimes you are, but you have a week that's above everything.
Certainly right now, that's the case. So Gabby Lopez on that graphic there with driving distance, 3rd in the field. It's 2nd at 17.
Yeah, just coming up short here, Tom, and this has to go as well. Yeah, she may still be away. Oh, she will
may
be.
get pulled down onto that lower level. That was the danger for Lydia Ko. Kind of the slope is in the shadows there, so it's tough to see.
Lydia's actually clinging onto the bank, onto that slope. It's
She's
very,
got
very
to be
close.
right at the top of it, isn't she?
It's almost not at the top. It's
almost on the way down.
Yes.
Well, you need a bit of luck if you're going to win a major. At the 15th, Ellie Ewing dropped a shot on the previous hole, but she's driven it in the middle of the fairway here, and she's going to be first to play, isn't she, Jerry?
Yes, nearly made about a 30-foot birdie putt on the last, and then missed a 2.5-footer coming back.
It's also to the bottom of the ridge from where we'll probably be looking. So.
Basically hitting like a 115 shot.
Yes.
Right between the gun.
Very good.
I'm always particularly impressed with a player who can have a lot of trouble early in a round and completely recover from it.
Should check up there, right?
Yes.
Yeah, absent the 3-putt at the last hole, she has done a remarkable job of that, Judy.
Yeah, it takes a certain kind of discipline.
Hit the tee shot out of bounds at the third, made double, and bogeyed the next hole. She said
15.
She said yesterday after the round, looking ahead to today, she said, I know how uncomfortable I'm going to feel because I've been in the heat of battle in an LPGA Tour event before. I thought that was an interesting comment.
Smooth pitching wedge from 119.
Yeah, good shot there. And that will be to get it to 10 under par. Get into a tie for 6th. Tavatanakit just behind the tree there on the right side.
And it's not hyperbole when I say this is the worst lie I've seen all week, but it is only.
Ah, for Lydia. She knew she had it.
Perfect read.
And she will go to the par 5, 18. If she makes birdie there, it'll be a 61. It is getting tight here at the A&A Inspiration.
We are watching what could be a historic round. 1 hole to play for Lydia Ko, the 18th, second easiest hole on the golf course. 1 eagle, 26 birdies here today. She is 2 back.
Well, we won't guess what she might do. Let's see how the tee shot works. It needs to be a perfect one.
It does, and needs to be quite a way down there too. Although if anybody has capability... Oh, this is a bit left.
That's a good bit left.
Look out, birds. Look out, trees and marshals and water. Okay.
Okay, so now we know probably what the second shot's going to be.
Well, that wasn't far from... you got to get over the first one first. Wow.
This is for birdie at 15. This was a moment ago. Tavatanakit.
Yeah, uphill the first 3/4 and then flattens out at the hole, and that was hammered.
Sit down. Not making it easier on herself here at the 15th. Tee shot in the thick rough. Just creeping it onto the front edge, and now she's got this for par.
And after that putt, while Allie was trying to make birdie herself, Patty stood motionless on the green, staring at the ground for probably 30 seconds. Really upset with herself. In some fashion, I'm speculating, for that putt. But she can make up for it right here, and she has been so reliable.
I mean, she's putted so well so far this week. Can she make another one? This time it's for par. Caught a lot of the hole.
That was huge.
And the lead remains 2.
Guys, that's a wow.
That is.
Yeah, I mean,
right there.
It was a difficult 2-putt, but she made it even harder on herself. What a good putt.
How important could that be come the end of the day?
And she got a little bit of a good edge there.
Whew. 16, the second for Shanshan Feng.
Great shot from the rough.
Shot.
Opened up with that 67 after the layoff. Se-Young Kim up to 18. This for birdie. And a round of 6 under for Se-Young Kim. 11 under. And also tied for third. Drop back 1 to 17.
Inbee Park for birdie.
Yeah, about 35 feet going up the slope. Really slow putt.
Yeah, we just saw Lydia on a similar line leave it short. And when the great Inbee Park is fooled on the green, you know that it's tricky.
Seems like she's left some out there, but she is 4 under par for the day.
So coming off that huge save, that putt, how impressive was that? Patty Tavatanakit on the tee at 16.
Same as yesterday. No driver here. I can't tell if that's the 3-wood or the hybrid. Looks like the 3-wood.
Second hardest hole on the golf course through the week. 376 yards this par 4 today.
Well, that 3-wood goes a long ways. It's right in the middle.
Yep. Hanging in there all the way, even when being pressed by one of the great players in the game and coming up with one of the great rounds of a major championship. The lead is still 2.
Go.
Chip that one fine. Yeah.
Just go just right at the flag.
Yeah, perfect. Yep. Okay.
No decision to be made there after the drive from Lydia Ko. So the layup, choose a number, try to lay up to that. Give you a little perspective as we pull back. All right. Meanwhile, back on the tee, Charlie Hull.
Yep.
First of the two to go, Jim. She in Inbee Park.
Yeah, she missed a good opportunity. Hit a great shot. Hit at 17, about 8 feet, and missed it. She gets this down there, she might give it a run and two. They got nothing to lose.
Yeah, yesterday, Judy, there wasn't much of a decision either because you had that wind right in your face.
Yeah, today's hole
That is
location and no wind might give you a chance.
Well, that one probably not because that's pretty far right.
Yeah, that's out bunker or just beyond. I think it's in the bunker. And Inbee Park, who's had opportunities, but as you said, Jim, just on the greens today, leaving a lot of putts short.
Yeah, speed's been off really kind of the last 3 holes yesterday and then again today. I mean, she had some long shots into a few holes, which is at a disadvantage, but very surprising to leave putts, I mean, 1.5 feet, like the last hole, 3 feet short. Well, as usual, right in the fairway.
Coming off a bogey at 17. And coming off that win last week, so had some momentum. Back at 16, Ellie Ewing.
119 into a little breeze at the moment uphill. This is a pitching wedge. Needs to get it all.
Yep. And to fight back the rest of the day after the early trouble. As Tavatanakit paces off the yardage.
Gotten just a little bit of tree trouble. Some adrenaline going with how far that 3-wood went. I thought it was dead center of the fairway and barely hung on, as you said.
I got 99 front from there.
Yeah, I mean, it's up 2.
Okay.
Up 3 is what I got, so. We're off. We're just 2-yard difference, but it's playing up a little bit. A little bit of hurt. Yeah, I think our minimum carry is 109. It'll stop pretty quick, so just like something in there in that 109 carry. We have a little bit of room behind the hole if we need it to, if we're a little right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Direct line to the flag, so it just skirts the edge of the branches coming off the tree 20 yards ahead, so probably starting at a little right. Signal is gap wedge. well right.
Heard the reaction. She hated it right away, Judy.
Well, most players, not just good players, but most players know something from contact immediately.
Yeah, almost before she was done with the swing, she reacted. So a little work to do to two-putt there at 16 as we jump up to 18 and the third for Lydia Ko.
96 yards, and it is back into the wind now. All of a sudden, just picked up.
Well, maybe that really gives her a chance to stick it close. No.
No. Saw that number 13 under on the par fives, and if you can go 14 under, it would be a historic day and match that 61 lowest round in the major. Yeoju Kim back in 2014 at the Evian. More importantly, post 17 under to give Patty Tavatanakit a number where she knows she's got to get better than that. And she's made this walk before as a champion past Poppy's Pond. And will it be another one of those?
Yeah, Lydia Ko has known the best of this professional game, and she's known some really tough times in this professional game. And she has handled the downturn with wonderful attitude, grace under pressure. And she has just, you know, kept smiling and kept working and kept trying to find her way back. And this should be the round that puts her back on the contending and winning map where she spent most of her young life.
Jude, I'm not going to fixate on this, but can you imagine what this place would be like today if we had galleries?
Yeah. Oh, those of you who do come out and those of you who will come out in the future, I can't tell you how you're missed. And you add an excitement and a level of energy that we don't know how to measure it.
So she'll mark and have that for birdie to shoot 61 and get it to 17 under. Meanwhile, back at 16, pretty lengthy birdie try coming up for Tavatanakit.
Yeah, very much so, and probably going to work toward the back of the green the first half. It's downhill the rest of the way and will eventually die a little left. This is a touchy putt to get close.
Get a little faster right around the hole, Jerry?
Yeah, definitely. About the last half, it starts gradually going back downhill. Tough read, tough to judge the speed. You're standing on an entirely different slope than where the hole is. Great.
Nothing wrong with the touch.
Yeah.
And just remember, her best finish is a share of 5th on the LPGA Tour. When you watch what she's doing this week, just kind of shake your head. There's that name, 2016. Looking for another plaque. May have to make this. Karen, what do you see?
Well, this is a putt that anybody who's played here for a number of years is very familiar with. You know it's a little bit uphill towards the hole and it's going to die down towards the right. And I think Lydia is in the same boat. She's probably been in this position many times. She knows and has seen this putt over and over again. It's just a question of making sure you get that right line. This would be huge.
Oh, wow. Just kept going. It got there, but on the edge. But just go ahead and tie a course record in the final round of this major championship, Lydia Ko, with a huge Sunday charge.
And regain the confidence you had when you were 15, 16, 17, winning golf tournaments regularly.
One of the great rounds you're going to see in a major to try to win it and come from way off the pace to do it. I mean, the discussion to start the day was all Patty Tavatanakit, and didn't really hear the name Lydia Ko mentioned where she was on the leaderboard. Yeah, maybe could apply some pressure, but a whole lot of it today.
I have to think that if Patty pulls this off, if she finishes it the way we expect her to, she will mention knowing what Lydia Ko was doing on the golf course.
No question. And how big this may be for Lydia Ko. Looking ahead. 62 to join Lorena Ochoa. And we mentioned overall in a major championship, Yeoju Kim back at the Evian in 2014. So you got some 62s right there. That's a great group to join. Miriam Lee, the AIG Women's Open as well, back in 2016. Awful lot of fun watching her do what she just did, Judy.
Yeah, and if you're not lucky enough to know her, I will tell you, she's one of the nicest people you will ever know, this game or any other game.
Talk about a win opening up things for the future and maybe a reopening, but even if she doesn't win, I think maybe we saw that today.
Let's go to the tee at the 17th. Quick mention that there is a hole-in-one prize here to round-trip first class tickets on ANA from any of their North America gateway cities to Tokyo's Haneda or Narita airports. Hole-in-one would go a very long way for Patty right now, but a two would be just as good, you would think.
Yeah, she's now at that point on the golf course where a good solid shot go a very long way.
Yeah, 3-shot lead walking to the 72nd hole. It's a big difference. A 2-shot lead.
I don't think she knows, but Ryan Hogue, her caddy this week, definitely does. He asked me walking to the tee. I think he was surprised Lydia made a par.
Yeah, Lydia may look back at the putts at 17 and 18 and think what might have been, but what an amazing day. She ties her lowest round of the tour.
A little bit off the left. Not much though. Yep.
Take some off or just normal?
I think you can take a little off that.
Try to finish up to C.
Yep, that's perfect.
Great trust in the guy who's caddied for her for just a few days, but also seems to know her game extremely well. It's his 6-iron. That breeze that Ryan mentioned in and from the left is picking up just a hair. But a good swing here and a good swing on the next tee, and the job should be done. This is pulled well left. Needs to stay in the air.
Crept out of that rough. Need some attention to be able to make a 3 and walk to the 72nd tee with the 2-shot lead over this lady, Lydia Ko, who puts together one of the best rounds of her life. What does it limit her options?
No, it's about 6 inches. Yeah, she's going to pitch it. I'd putt it all day long or kick it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Allie hit a good shot.
Back on the 17th, does the rough behind the ball limit the options for Patty, Jerry?
No, she's just clear of it enough, probably 6, 7 inches in front, well, to the side of it, so she can pitch it comfortably without worrying about it, or putt it.
What do you think the percentage play is here, Judy?
I think that's totally about how much confidence you have in your ability to chip or pitch the ball. There are people who would putt this every time, and if you're a pretty confident chipper, I think you chip it. But there are not many things in this game that are a matter of personal preference, but that's what this is.
I think with the putter, that rough behind the ball would be a little more in your mind. This is going to be a sharper angle of attack, pitching it.
Well, she has chipped in today and almost chipped in on another hole.
And those were tougher.
The ridge at the front of the green going to play much of a role in this one?
Yeah, she's rehearsing swings well out to the left. It is, if she lands it in that slope, it is going to ricochet it to the right. I think that's why she's pitching it. I don't know if there's enough room to fly it up top and be comfortable with it.
Pitched it in the perfect spot. It could
Wow.
be the perfect
Oh, my
result.
goodness.
It could be the perfect result. What a shot.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, she did what is so often the safest shot. She got the ball on the ground pretty quickly, running like a putt.
That was terrific. And it will be a 2-shot lead heading to the final hole.
When the pressure's on, those kind of little shots are really hard.
That, quite simply, is what winners do.
One hole away from winning. And this was her reaction as it looked like it was going to drop. So she's done everything very well indeed through 71 holes. 1 to go. And the player closest to her is Lydia Ko. She's with Amy.
Thanks, Tom. Yesterday, we interviewed Lydia Ko after her round. She was 8 back in a tie for 6th, and she said to me, "Why are you talking to me?" It's because of rounds like this today. Lydia, when did you know that this was a special round?
I don't think there was like an exact moment where I felt like, okay, this is going to be a good one. Especially around a course like this, you just have to focus until that last putt drops on the last hole. And today, early in the week, I was talking with Sean. I was talking with Sean, and he said, make sure that I'm out there hitting with 100% conviction. I said commitment, and he said conviction. So I think that's what I tried to focus on, focus on my feels. And, I got off to a really good start. Being 3 under after 2 is never a bad way to start your round. And I think I got a couple lucky breaks, but overall, my game was really solid, and I felt like I gave myself a good run at it. But maybe Patty was just a bit too far away.
With the challenges and different changes that you've made over the last few years, what will you take away from your amazing finish here?
I think it just shows it doesn't matter how far back you are, you can always go for it. And as long as you have one hole in front of you, there's always a chance to make birdie or eagle. And I think I just have to be really patient. I felt like my game is trending in the right direction. The first couple days this week and last week was a little messy, making clumsy mistakes, here and there. But I feel like I was able to kind of bring that together. And, I've really just, tried to have fun out there. And I think that's such a big key for me. And when you're enjoying it, I think everything kind of follows. And today is Happy Easter, so I feel like God was watching me and gave me all the right bounces, right breaks as well.
Lydia, you made it so fun to watch here today. Thank you so much for the time. Great playing.
Thank you very much.
Judy, we know what type of athlete she is and winner that she is. 15 wins at the age of 23. Working on the swing. She's found it now. And to take it to the golf course in a major championship, that's going to say a lot about the future. Inbee Park for birdie at 18.
And I would say in response to that there's something very unusual about someone really good starting to fight it, to lose it, and then to do all the work and all the things you must do mentally to regain it. That's a different kind of confidence. That's got to really make you strong.
And it's back, that confidence now, it seems. Inbee Park, the Hall of Famer there. Good effort this week. Finishes 10 under.
Really good.
Ewing waiting back on the tee, and here is Patty Tavatanakit. You would imagine the conservative approach to playing this hole.
Yeah, but that's tough to define because you got bunkers right that aren't a gimme, and it's into what is now actually a wind on this hole. And you just hit it hard. Don't go left.
Don't go left. Yeah, that's okay. Define it that way.
Yeah. He's put one bad swing on a golf ball with this club probably all week. Only one that I've seen. That's the last 35 holes.
Up by 2.
Drives the ball very high. Should take it right over those palm trees in the center of your screen.
Yep.
In the fairway. Man, time and again, Judy. I mean, part of been a really good week and a good return to the LPGA Tour for Shanshan Feng is for birdie at 18. Oh. And also really a lot of fun for us to have her back on tour.
Yeah, she was her genuine self.
Yeah.
And we love her for it, and so does every player out here.
Going to be interviewed every day, no matter what she shot, because she's that good and fun to listen to. 69 here in the final round and 11 under. Allie Ewing back in the fairway will be first to go.
The last flag.
I see that really good line.
Just trying to get it up there too. Comfortable number, 260, 261 hole, and a really good breeze at the moment. Just a little bit left.
Hanging in.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So Patty Tavatanakit, who's trying to become the first rookie to win this since Julie Inkster back in 1984, and the first player from Thailand in the 50-year history of the event.
Okay, pick a target there too, all right?
Well, she now has to know she's got a 2-shot lead because this is a go zone for her.
130 shot?
Yep. Got a little more room if you need to.
92 front, 220 hole, but there was no way in the world he would have let her try that.
Not a go zone right now, no.
So if you want to be a high ball hitter like Patty, you hit the ball with just a little descending blow. You don't manipulate the face at all, and then you have that nice high finish.
Judy, is this an eye-opening win? The way she's played this golf course overpowered it this week?
Yes, I think the way she has played it and the composure part of what has been a wire-to-wire experience for her. And you see today, she did a lot of really good things. And, you know, she came back with a couple of really good putts and so on. But I'm going to tell you what, she hasn't cracked a smile yet today.
Focused.
You bet. You bet. And like we said at one point today, she's the kind of player that she wants to have the chance. She wants to have the shot. And I don't know how you can say that you see anything but wonderful things in the future.
And it's not over yet, I know. But, you know, you find out things about yourself as an athlete in person when you're in these moments, whether you wanted the shot at the end of the game or not.
That's right. And I know you're right. And it could be that prior to being in this situation, you didn't really know. I know there is the experience of thinking all these things, but when you live it, then you know.
Yep.
Yep.
You think it's like 108 shot right now?
Yeah, I mean, you could probably even hit it a little bit more than that.
Okay.
Yeah. Something out there. Pick one of those flags left of the pin there.
Yeah.
We want it out there about, 5 paces left of the flag. Be good.
Yeah.
Comfortable with that? Yeah. All right.
And Jerry, it really does come down to not doing something crazy right now. This shot right here.
Absolutely. It's got the gap wedge. Just how she wanted to hit it.
Not a full sigh of relief, but a sigh. You get a smile? You gonna get a smile, June?
I don't know. She might crack a little grin crossing the bridge. It's time. She's got a number of putts to win.
Allie?
94 yards, a 52-degree wedge.
And certainly the experience of playing in the final pairing will go a long way for Allie Ewing.
Yeah, she is a winner now on the LPGA Tour, and you can tell a difference in her confidence and so on. But she needs to pat herself on the back today because she could have kind of gone south, particularly playing with somebody like Patty and what she was doing, and she didn't do that. She kind of pulled herself together and shot a good round of golf.
And the applause now. Volunteers out here, they're able to gather. They work the golf course today, and that is the crowd. That is the full gallery. A player whose best finish on the LPGA Tour is a share of fifth. And now a two-shot lead walking across the bridge, taking a look at Poppy's Pond to close it out at a major championship.
We said it yesterday, but she is taught in Orlando by Grant Waite, former PGA Tour player. And I bet he's been glued to the TV today, Terry.
Yes.
Beautiful golf swing, no smoke and mirrors. Technically, this is as sound as it gets.
Jerry, you've had the chance the last couple of days to watch this player, and we really haven't gotten many opportunities to watch her yet. Your thoughts on what you've been watching?
Well, she's special. I think that pretty much sums it up. We've been told of the potential she has, and we were told by those who knew her on the Symetra Tour and in college that once she starts winning, she's not going to stop. But today, she's obviously playing well, came out with more on the line than she's ever had in her life, had somebody chasing her down in an almost historic fashion, and never really blinked. I mentioned earlier that quote when she was asked yesterday, Tiger was the ultimate closer. Are you ready to add that to your resume? And she didn't blink and said, that's the plan. She's done it.
I think there's a little emotion in here right now, and maybe through a little bit of teary eyes, you got to read this last putt.
And by the way, hey, UCLA Bruin fans, after the heartbreak, you got something to cheer about today. Judy, you won this in 1976. Now, all these years later for these players, I mean, it's so evident what this thing means to them. Ellie, you going to go first for birdie? Yeah, what a way to finish. In style.
Yeah, for all the players who played here over all the years, when the trees were as tall as Allie Ewing, and when the wind blew a little harder and there was a lot of sand right and left and not homes, thanks to everybody all those years for keeping this going and for allowing so many of us, whether you're a player from long ago or a player today, to see how good these women are and how good they can be.
And it is a special edition of this event, the 50th anniversary. Is for birdie. Maybe with a tear in her eyes, the final tap in. With power and poise, Patty Tavatanakit is a major champion. And there is the smile. Too focused to see that all day, but the winner of this 50th edition of the ANA Inspiration.
4 rounds in the 60s and some extraordinary golf that we hadn't seen before.
Holding off a charge of one of the game's best and one of the great final rounds that you're going to see from Lydia Ko. And she had an answer every step of the way.
Oh my God! Oh my God!อีกนิดนึงนะลูกยินดีด้วยนะคะOh my God! Oh my God! ยินดีด้วยนะขอบคุณด้วยนะล้างให้ล้างให้ยิง
Didn't she tell us she's spontaneous?
Oh my God! I mean, thank you. You want it? Hi. I'm like shook. Oh, Stevie, hello.
Nice greeting there, too. Yeah. Wow, what a day. How about the 4 days? Wire to wire for her first win and her first major championship. 21 years of age from Thailand. 3 wins on the Symetra Tour, but now breaking through on the LPGA Tour in a major way.
Boy, and the tour may be changed forever, but she is certainly changed forever with this one win.
68 in the final round to hold off the 62 from Lydia Ko, and some of the top names in the game right there on the first page of the leaderboard as we send it down to Jerry Foltz.
Thank you very much, Terry. I gotta ask you, first of all, when did you know, or did you know, the run that Lydia Ko was putting on you?
I had no idea. Just played my own game, didn't look at the leaderboard at all today. Just because I kind of saw her name up there, but I didn't want to look at it. Just I want to play my own game, and which I did. I did a really good job at that today.
Yeah, well, I think everybody watching it will second that. You teed off with the lead and played some great golf today.
Thanks.
What was the internal talk like? What were you telling yourself? And not like you had a lot of moments of stress out there, but you had a few.
Just kept hitting good shots, you know. My putting, I roll it well, just didn't read it well today. But overall, I feel like I really did stuck to my game plan, and I overcame the adversity out there. It was tough mentally, and I just feel like it was a lot going on, and I feel like I handled it pretty well. I was pretty nervous the first couple of holes, probably first 7 hole. I was really nervous, but
I kept walking into my shots kind of slower to calm myself down every time I hit, and I feel like that was really important for today.
Watching TV as a child, you pointed at the TV when Tiger was playing. You told your dad, I want to be like him. Did you always believe that this moment would come?
No, honestly not. It's a dream come true. Every time I play here, I remember exactly I was on this green receiving my low amateur award, and I saw they were jumping, and I actually took a Snapchat, and then the caption was one day. And it's been crazy.
All right, go sign your card, make it official, and we can't wait to see the jump.
Thank you.
You know what, Judy? She looked more nervous there than she did on the golf course for 4 days.
And I didn't notice it on the first 7 holes today at all.
No. Making it official with the tap in. 18 under par. Hattie Tavatanakit. What a win. Leader all 4 days. Not easy to sleep on that lead at a major championship, and wins it. Mm-hmm.